I'm back. Guys, check this out. I was on Facebook and I seen something that kind of stirred me up a bit. So I'm trying to see what I could do with you guys. Stir you up, stir up your spirit, fan the flame within you with this one. Guys, especially if you're new to Christ, as you grow in your Christian walk, you'll never ever stop being a servant of God. As you grow in your Christian walk, you'll never ever stop being a son or daughter of God. And if someone was to refer to you as servant of God, or as daughter or son of God, or if someone was to refer to you as brother or sister in Christ, my prayer, my sincere prayer, is that you may not feel offended. Why do I say that? Because I know of a few who started humble. They call it humble beginnings. But then as time progresses, then as they go to school, Christian institutions, as they go along and begin to get certain degrees and doctorates and papers with titles on them that say Reverend so-and-so, Pastor so-and-so, ordained minister, evangelist, doctor, professor, sometimes it just gets to the head. So I just wanted to put this stern warning out there for some of you. Some of you may be in a church right now where this is what your pastor has 2, 3, 4, 5 titles before you even get to their first name. That's a problem. And it has nothing to do with credentials. There's no knock on credentials. Get the credentials. My issue is when this is mandatory, that you must refer to me now as Reverend, Doctor, Professor, Teacher, Evangelist, Prophet Michael Diggs. I know of a few, who had humble beginnings that today they will walk right by you if you ever refer to them lesser than the titles that they were able to obtain through some type of school. There is no humility in that. And the scriptures lay it out for us. I'm going to share something with you guys. Paul the Apostle, just read the letters. I'm just going to touch on this point. Said that he is a servant of Christ. He'll oftentimes open up his letters, revealing to the people that he is a servant of Christ. I am a servant of Christ. How often do you hear people say that? He also said that he is an apostle. He also said that he is an apostle who is actually not even worthy of being called an apostle. He actually calls himself the least of the apostles. And he seems to enjoy calling himself or referring to himself as a servant of Christ. Take joy in being a servant of Christ, regardless of what your title is. Sometimes your title may be necessary. Sometimes your title may hold a certain degree of authority, depending on the circumstance. I get it. But guys, I'm just warning you, especially the new Christians, please don't get caught up in titles. Titles do not define you. Some people are only defined by what other people call them. Some people do not want to be defined by what God calls them, but by what God has already ordained them to be, a child of God. Imagine that. You want to be identified. Imagine wanting to be identified by your profession as opposed to your lineage. You're a son of God. You're a daughter of God. There's no greater title than being a son or daughter of God. But this is what we're dealing with, right? So I just want to encourage you guys with that one. Just be very careful, be very mindful not to give in to this temptation, because this temptation is real and it's in many churches all across the globe. Anyways, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. It's Aim High. It's Mike. Until next time, you already know, it's all love, grace, and peace, son and daughter of the Most High. Until next time, peace.